What's up, guys? Welcome back to Arcanum Gaming. Ritchey and Ryan here again.
Hey.
Alright, today we've got another modern match for you. Once again, I'm playing Abzan Midrange, so I'm tired of losing, basically. And we're playing against...
It's called Ponza.
Yeah.
It's red-green, and it's going to be lots of fun.
Yeah. So basically, if you haven't seen Abzan Midrange, or if you're new to Modern, something like that, basically the idea of this deck is it's what's called more of a fair deck. You don't have any combos, and you're not really playing the control angle, at least not in the traditional sense of counter spells and stuff like that. You've got stuff like Thoughtseize Inquisition, Collective Brutality for early game hand disruption, and then we've got stuff like Liliana to maintain that board presence. We've got Tassiger, Siege Rhino, Tarmogoyf as like our top end beaters, which we're trying to fuel up with a lot of our hand disruption and just buying us time until we can get our big guys out. And then we've got stuff like Lingering Souls, which is just infinite value for swinging over the top of our opponents.
Needless to say, these two cards cost more than most everything on in my deck, probably.
I don't know about the Blood Mans, but...
Well, alright, so my deck is red-green, and it is called Ponza because it is going to be one spicy matchup. As you can see here, I have 4 copies of Blood Moon.
all in different artworks.
Just for that extra little bit of tilt. So as you can assume, any deck that mainboards 4 copies of Blood Moon is going to be thrilled by denying my opponent resources. So basically, I'm going to be playing Blood Moon, taking advantage of the fact that I like red mana, even though, you know, all that's going to be produced now is red mana. I enjoy red mana, even though my opponent does not. And then I've got a suite of various land destruction effects. Primal Command allows me to search my deck for my threat creatures, such as Stormbreath Dragon and some other fun red beaters. You got Stone Rain, your classic, one-shot a land. You've got Beast Within, which is not quite as good as Stone Rain because they get a monster out of it. But worst case scenario, you can always Beast Within your own land for an extra blocker. And then my personal favorite of the bunch, Wanvuli Acid Moss, which not only destroys a land of my opponent's, but lets me search my deck for a forest and put it directly into play.
Awesome. Alright, let's go ahead and shuffle up, roll some dice, and get into it. Alright, let's go ahead and figure out who's going to go first. We're going to do 3d6 low roll.
Of course.
Oh my goodness.
That is a 16.
That is a 16.
Alright.
Only 2 numbers that beat that. That is neither of those.
That is a good
8.
solid 8.
He rolled half of my roll.
Alright, and I will be on the play.
Yep.
Alright. Show me that good opening 7. Alright. So here we have an example of a hand that you might want to keep if it were any other deck. You've got a good number of land, you got some good threats, but not for this deck.
And this is what we're looking at over here. We've got a couple land, which ideally we'd like to have more than that in this matchup.
You can never have enough land for Ponza.
Nope. But I think we're going to go ahead and keep it, mostly because we've got this guy, and we want to make sure that we're protected against certain enchantments hitting the field early.
Alright. And now I will be drawing a 6, hopefully more appealing. Oh, perfect. This is exactly what we were hoping for early on, specifically these 3 cards.
God, I hope it's not 3 Bloodmans.
Alright, and with that, I believe we should begin the game.
Let's do it.
Begin with a forest and an Arbor Elf. Pass the turn.
And draw. I don't think we can afford to wait another turn, so we're going to fetch a... That's awkward. We have to get a basic swamp, although we want a forest.
Just go for that. Go for that.
No, I'm not getting overgrown too.
Why not, man?
'Cause-
Dig deep.
Yeah. Alright.
Everybody
then we're
knows
gonna-
that paying 5 life turn 1 is the attack.
Wouldn't be the first time I've done it. Inquisition of Kozilek.
Alright, well, got 2 lands, Utopia Sprawl, and a Birds of Paradise.
Well, that's not what we were expecting, so let's go ahead and hit the Utopia Sprawl.
Yeah, see, Utopia Sprawl is one of the ideal cards for early game because pairing Arbor Elf, Basic Forest, and Utopia Sprawl means that I can be making 4 mana a turn off of a single land.
That's it for me.
Alright, and I will draw. Not exactly what we were hoping for at this point in the game, but, you know, it could be worse. I'm going to play a Stomping Ground, and I'll tap my Elf to untap my Stomping Ground, and I'll tap my Stomping Ground to play Birds of Paradise.
And okay.
Go ahead.
We're gonna go ahead and play a tapped Stirring Wildwood. This is what we drew. And pass the turn.
For fun, that's why.
Okay.
Alright.
In case you're wondering what just happened there, I was asking why he didn't just, like, use the forest for the birds and attack with the elf, but, like...
Now,
Sure.
this was my draw here. I don't think now is the time to play it. But, man, that would have been a nice value town move. Alright, I'm going to play a land, and since you're so intent on getting punched in the face, my elf is coming at you for
Okay.
1 point of damage.
I'm at 18.
Go right ahead.
Well, guys, we're on turn 3 now, and we haven't seen Blood Moon, so that's heartening. I think we're just going to go ahead and drop down everybody's favorite Tarmogoyf.
Oh, hello.
We have land, sorcery, and enchantment, so Tarmogoyf is a 3/4 currently.
Scary.
3/4. That might be a little bit easier to see. And that'll be it.
Alright. Well, I guess now would be a good a time as any to start drawing some threats. You know, that really wasn't what I had in mind when I said threats. I'll play a forest, and I will put a Utopia Sprawl on my other forest.
Sure.
Can I do anything about that?
I hope not.
I'm 1 mana short, well, 2 mana short of being able to do anything about that. Go ahead.
Okay. Untap and draw. Always nice to see that card. Not so much at the moment.
Well, then I guess it's not always nice to see the card.
I mean, we're looking for land, and this does have the ability to grant land. Although it is not land grant.
Starting to doubt that.
Let's go ahead and move into combat. Do we want to move into combat?
Whoa. Calm down. Don't make any rash decisions.
Yeah, we're going to go ahead and declare attacks.
That's fine. I will not block.
No blocks? Okay. In that case, I'm going to go ahead and Path to Exile Arbor Elf.
Okay.
Adding an instant to the graveyard, which brings Tarmogoyf up to a 4/5.
Oh man. Go get me that forest.
And hit you for 4.
Yep, I take 4. Hopefully shuffling will actually bring some of my threats, you know, to the top of my deck.
Or,
Some
you
of
know,
my value.
more land. That seems fine.
I'm going to run out of land eventually.
I will if you start drawing some spells.
Oh, I mean, that's the point, believe me. Alright.
Although I can do a lot with just a single Tarmogoyf, so...
And draw. Well, it's not ideal, but it's getting us there. Oh, that should be in exile, not in my graveyard. Oops. Delete that comment you were typing. I know you were raging at me for a second there, I'm sure. I think it's time to Stone Rain your swamp.
Oh, no! Okay, yep.
Go ahead.
Doesn't even put anything new in the graveyard. Let's draw. Hey. that's kind of useless right now, but we got a Ghost Quarter.
See, there was a pocket change joke to be made there, but I completely missed the timing on it.
Let's move into attacks.
Yep.
Attack for 4.
Yeah, that's fine. I'm not going to block.
Okay, just 4.
Okay.
Then we're going to pay 2 to play Scavenging Ooze.
Oh, hello.
And we'll pass turn.
Hello, Scoos.
Excuse me.
Alright, I'm going to draw. Well, keeping up with the train of disappointment.
Yay, probably land.
Let's see, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I can't kill Scoos. It makes me sad.
You have 7 mana.
I can't kill Goyf. That's what I meant to say.
Oh, so what you're telling me is you have a bolt in your hand, but not 2 bolts.
I think we're gonna play a Stomping Ground.
Okay.
Man, I wish I still had my Arbor Elf.
What could you possibly need more mana for?
Ugh.
For a 9-drop? What are you running?
Painful.
Artisan of Kozilek
Go
or something?
ahead. Ah, yes, Artisan of Kozilek. Perfect.
Our draw?
Allows me to reanimate one of my many creatures in the graveyard, like Utopia Sprawl or Stone Rain.
Well, this is interesting. I think we're going to go ahead and tap Stirring Wildwood, Path to Exile Birds.
Okay. Now I just don't have the option of blocking with my bird.
Then we move into combat and attack for 6.
Well, regrettably, I have no blocks, so 6 damage I take. And if I don't draw something good this turn, well, this will be a really short video.
It's okay, because I'm going to get blown out in game 2.
Alright. Yep, there's my 6. Okay. You done?
I'm all done.
Alright. Hoping for that value. Well, I guess the question then becomes define value. I don't think I want to do that right now. Go ahead.
I'm going to untap and draw a card. Then we'll play down a second copy of Stirring Wildwood. We will move into attacks.
Get shocked.
Okay, Scoos dice.
Bolt the Scoos.
And now we have a creature in the graveyard, so Grave goes up to 5.
That's fine.
If only we had a way to deal a point of damage. And we'll go ahead and declare attacks for
You
5.
can deal 5 points of damage right there.
This is true, now you can't fetch.
Now it's time for that comeback.
We'll pass.
Alright.
Yeah, I've won a lot of games at 1 life, so like...
Show me that comeback draw. I think that could be considered a comeback draw. Inferno Titan.
Ooh,
Do 3 damage to your face.
Okay. Actually, yep, we don't have an answer to that.
As I say, what do you run that's an answer to Inferno Titan? Go ahead.
I have one answer, but I have to draw a specific land for it. Actually, speaking of which, did we do that? No, we just untap, and then we draw. I didn't see what you had. Draw, okay. I'll play Marsh Flats. Can we do that? Yeah, okay. So we're going to fetch and shock. Get Godless Shrine. And then we're going to Ghost Quarter one of our Stirring Wildwoods to get a basic untapped.
Oh, clever.
Get a swamp.
Drop a Liliana.
Liliana, -2. Sacrifice.
Man, that's frustrating.
Then we'll attack for 5.
Yep.
Alright, that's game 1, guys.
If only I hadn't drawn this so early in the game.
Oh, okay.
What do we got? Oh, that would have been helpful. Land, Blood Moon. Not land. Alright.
Alright guys, so that's game one. We've got our game two of Ponza versus Abzan Midrange. So we're just going to show you what we're doing for our sideboards. So this is what I'm taking out. We're dropping a Path to Exile because accelerating his game plan with extra land is not a good thing for us. Scoos because we don't care a whole lot about what's in the graveyard in this matchup. We're taking out our Sorin. Sorin's kind of more of a cutesy card. It works really well with Lingering Souls, but again, it's good against more fair matchups. And it is a 4-drop, which is not super great for us.
Good luck getting 4 mana that isn't red.
And then we're also taking out our Liliana the Last Hope because it doesn't really hit a whole lot that we care about. It takes out some of the early mana dorks, but if that's the best thing that we can do on turn 3, we're probably in a bad place against this deck. And so what we're bringing in, we've got 2 Surgical Extractions. Basically what I'm hoping to do with this is get an early Blood Moon or one of the land destruction spells or one of the heavy hitters like
Inferno Titan?
Inferno Titan. Kind of blanked on that one for a second.
Nearly saved me last game. I don't know why you'd remember that.
So if we hit one of those things with Thoughtseize or Inquisition early and we can surgical it out, then it's one less irritation that we have to worry about. And we don't mind paying the 2 life if necessary, because we're not really in a super fast race here. And then we've also got Pulse of Marasa, which we're coming in with. This is good in a lot of fair matchups. It's also really good in this situation. For 3 mana instant speed, we can return a creature or land from any graveyard to its owner's hand and gain 6 life. So the life gain's not terribly relevant, but being able to recur some land when they're probably going to get blown out is going to be pretty relevant. And it's also instant speed.
I actually have that in my own sideboard as well, but it doesn't do a whole lot for me in this matchup that other cards in my deck already managed to do. So as for myself, I've got a couple of swap outs here. Primarily I'm dropping Birds of Paradise. As you saw last game, that didn't do me a whole lot of good, and especially with as much removal on the early game stuff as he's got built into his deck, there's just other things I'd rather have. We're dropping a Beast Within because I think I'd rather have more utility and I'd rather not give him a 3/3 to blow up a land, and we're dropping a single Stone Rain. That still leaves us with 1 Beast Within main board and 3 Stone Rains, but we're replacing Stone Rain and Beast Within with copies of Crumble to Dust. This basically is going to do something similar as his Surgical Extraction, except I will be exiling a non-basic land and be removing all copies from hand, deck, and graveyard. I had to make sure I was remembering that right, excuse me.
Sure.
And then, as we saw last time, that the Liliana of the Veil really was what ended up, putting that final nail in our coffin. And we've got a single Pithing Needle in the sideboard to be able to deal with effects like that. And maybe if a Scoos is getting particularly out of control, that could save us there, It's got a few utilities against this deck.
Alright, sounds good. Let's go ahead and shuffle up and get into game 2. Alright, so we're good and shuffle up. We're going to go ahead and cut now, and Ryan's got the play.
Getting very passive-aggressive. Alright. And seeing as I lost so brutally last time, I will be going first.
Interesting. This is what we're looking at here. We did manage to get this in our opener, and we've got this, which is not the best option, but it does hit Blood Moon. And then we've got that, of course.
All right.
We've got more than 2 lands this time, so we're definitely going to keep it.
All right, and looking at my setup here, this isn't exactly ideal, but we've got some lands that we can play, a couple of early turns, got that acceleration, and this time we'll actually be able to do what this deck is supposed to do, which we did not really get to showcase last time. So
I don't like the sound of that.
With that, why don't we go ahead and get the game started? I'll begin with a basic forest and an Arbor Elf. Go ahead.
Well, draw for turn. That's probably the best thing that we can draw here.
You want to go ahead and path my Arbor Elf? I know you want to.
I would love to path your Arbor Elf, but I'm just going to play an Overgrown Tomb. No, I'm not.
Ooh.
Ooh, we're going to put down a Verdant Catacombs, and then we're going to pass.
I see. All right.
Just in case you've got Blood Moon.
All right, and I will be drawing a card. I will play a second forest. I will go ahead and cast a Utopia Sprawl, enchanting my untapped forest, and I will name red.
Okay.
I will produce 1 red, 1 green. Tap my Arbor Elf.
Do it again.
Make more red and green. And guess what?
We're going to respond to Blood Moon entering the field and fetch. Yep, we are definitely fetching. We are getting a basic swamp.
No, go for that Overgrown Tomb. Fetch shock that Overgrown Tomb. Come on, do it. Don't be a coward.
Resolves.
All right, and I'll pass the turn to you.
I'll draw for turn.
Why do I have a feeling I won't be seeing it until to my turn?
We're going to play a basic forest. And we're going to
Abrupt Decay?
Abrupt Decay.
Yeah, there it is.
Oh.
Ooh, ooh.
Do we even care about Blood Moon anymore now that we have all of this in our hand? Yeah, we still need it. We're gonna hit Blood Moon.
Blood Moon is hit.
And gonna end our turn and hope there isn't a second Blood Moon.
And with that, many sadnesses occurred. I will begin by playing a land. One of my
Also
prized-
just like to pause and like make note that like that specific sequence of drawing the perfect land in Abrupt Decay at just the right time, like complete luck.
Playing my prized unforest here. Alright, so let's see. I can make 4... Yeah, sure, let's do that. I'll make red and a green, make 2 red, 2 green, 2 red, 4 green. We will
Inferno
Stone
Time.
Rain.
Oh, which one?
Doesn't matter because I'm Stone Raining both of
Oh,
them.
crap.
Go ahead.
Well, that just happened. Straw?
Straw.
Straw. We're going to play an Overgrown Tomb tapped, and then we're going to Surgical Extraction Blood Moon.
That's fine. Do you search or do I search?
I search.
Oh, okay.
And I get to see your hand too.
Well,
Acid Moss. Okay, so we got Blood Moon.
Blood Moon. Blood Moon and Blood Moon.
And this is, of course, where we would find out about his sideboard tech, which we already know about because we showed you at the beginning. And Blood Moon.
Well, it was fun while it lasted, Blood Moon.
Shuffle up. And that concludes my turn.
That's fine. I'm still way ahead of you, mana-wise. You getting assaulted by an insect?
I am getting assaulted by an insect.
Insulted by an asect?
It's not even a bee.
It's just some moth. That's what we got for playing in a dusty old attic.
It's not really an attic.
I mean, kind of is. Alright. I will untap. And I will draw a card. I don't know what it is with me and drawing a ton of extra land, but we will go ahead and pay 4 mana. We will Acid Moss your thing.
Yep.
And I get to search my deck for a forest and put it into play tapped.
Yep. Well, that leaves us with, this is our last land in hand,
I think I'll get a Stomping Ground.
which is not ideal.
Stomping Ground is a forest.
This is true.
Alright, and that will bring an end to my turn. I am now Hellbent.
Okay. We have a group of cards, but we need some land, and that's not it. So we're going to go ahead and play down a Twilight Mire, which taps for colorless,
Ooh.
and pass turn.
Alright, with that I will untap. Now would be a great time for me to draw an Inferno Titan. Not an Inferno Titan, but can never say no to a Swag Tusk.
Tusk, or as I call it, Value Cow.
Value Cow, yeah. I will gain 5 life, and I will attack you for 1. Boop. Go right ahead.
Draw. That's kind of not helpful anymore, especially since we don't have colored mana. So we're going to end turn.
Alright, well see, now this is actually working out just about as well as it possibly could. Instead of having red mana, he just has colorless mana. I will draw a card. I'm going to play a Stomping Ground. And let's get in for 6 damage.
Take 6, go to 10.
Pass turn.
Draw for turn.
This is karma for all the times you've just obliterated me.
That's fair. Well, guys, this is about what I expected to happen, so we're going to pass turn.
Alright, well, I will draw.
You
Untapping.
didn't get that.
Alright, you ready to see the most thrilling draw of all time?
Another land.
It's another stomping ground. I'm just going to play.
I'll go to 4.
You will go to 4, and you'll like it.
I don't know about that, but... Well... As you can see, guys, that's going to be game 2. We're just going to concede.
Oh, come on.
We have lots of things, but no land.
And that's Ponza.
And I believe that is also the first time in any of our Magic series that we're going to game 3. Because all of the other matches have been a 2-0 victory. So that's going to conclude game 2. So far it is 1-1. I got the first game, Ryan got game 2, which means I've got the play this time. And hopefully that's going to be the edge that I need to hopefully get my land established enough so that I have something on board before I get blown out by Blood Moon and all the land destruction.
Well, if I can actually draw enough utility this time, then hopefully even that edge won't be enough to get him going.
Alright, let's find out. Let's draw our starting 7. Well, we've got these, which we really, really wanted to see, so I think we're just going to keep it. This is probably going to be pretty hard to get out, but I'm pretty confident in these, so we're going to keep this hand.
Alright, and here it's not quite an ideal hand, but we've got, got a good amount of mana, we've got some fixing, got some responses, and we do have some of our tech. So we will be good to call this.
Alright, let's go ahead and start out with the Verdant Catacombs. Fetch for a basic swamp.
You sure you don't want to go for that underground sea? What?
Underground Sea?
That's not
even the right format.
It's not what I wanted to say, but
The Overgrown Sea?
I was going to say Overgrown Tomb, but for some reason
Underground Tomb?
my mouth started saying underground.
And then we're going to pay a black
Ooh,
to
what is it?
Inquisition.
Oh, it's Inquisition. What are you asking about?
Ooh. Well, we've only got one legal target. Well, we got 2 targets, but we're going to take the Utopia Sprawl because we don't really care about Lightning Bolt in this matchup. Baloth is kind of obnoxious.
You sure you don't want to make me discard it?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
Come on.
And that's going to be it for our first turn.
Alright. I will draw a card. It'll work. I believe we will start with a Stomping Ground since I no longer have a turn 1 Utopia Sprawl. I'll pass turn.
And we're going to untap and draw a card. Play down a tapped Stirring Wildwood. And I don't think there's anything that you can do on turn 2, so I think we're going to wait one more turn on this and pass.
Alright, I will untap and draw. Exciting. Well, we'll be playing a basic forest and passing turn.
Okay, so we'll untap, draw a card. Hey, we got land. I'm going to play down a Concealed Courtyard. And then we're going to pay 1 to Thoughtseize you.
Okay, Thoughtseize. Well, as you can see,
Okay.
I've been drawing land.
We can't take the Baloth because otherwise it goes onto the field.
No, take the Baloth, really. Do it. It's fine.
Primal Command, he's only got 4 lands right now. We're going to hit the Crumble to Dust.
Well, and this is really where we see Junk's hand control really just messing with their opponent.
Yep.
Alright, I will draw. Not quite what we were hoping for, but I guess it can work. We'll go ahead and pass a turn.
Okay. He did not top deck Blood Moon, so that's good. Gonna draw. Play down a Windswept Heath for a land.
Maybe I just want you to think that.
We're
I don't
gonna
know.
Get a basic forest. I mean, if you had, you could have just blown me out right there. But
You don't know?
we've got a basic forest. We're good to go. And we're gonna drop down our favorite guy. Oh, it's not Tarmogoyf, but it's Siege Rhino.
Oh boy!
Game 3. And pass turn.
Alright, I will draw. Not quite what I would have wanted at this point in the game, but it will still do us some good. I think I'm going to go ahead and Stone Rain your forest.
Yep.
Pass the turn to you.
I'm going to untap and draw. Play down a basic plains.
Get out of here, you basics.
Then we're going to move into attacks. Attack for 4.
I'll be taking 4.
And last but not least, we've got a Lingering Souls coming up for 2 Woodland Spirits. Also, in case anybody was wondering, or maybe you thought you were having a hard time reading this, that's because it's in French, just so you know. All of my Lingering Souls are French.
Why?
Because Ames persistant.
Alright, I will draw a card. Exactly what we were hoping for at this point in the game.
Blood Moon. What?
Alright. Well, I will shock myself for a Stomping Ground.
Okay.
Then I will play a Baloth and gain 4 life.
Path to Exile.
Well, that ruins my day. I'm going to get a cool looking forest. Well, as things stand right now, it's looking like I'm not going to be able to pull out of this. But, you know, I still have 15 life. Anything's possible. Go right ahead.
Alright. I'm going to untap and draw a card for the turn. That's okay. Don't mind seeing that ever. I'm going to go ahead and play Inquisition to start out.
Do I want to respond to that? Nah.
Well, I think we're going to take the Pithing Needle.
Yeah.
And attack for 6.
And I take 6.
And that will end our turn.
Alright. I will untap. If I draw another land, I'm just going to cry. It's not a land, but it's equally as useless. I think at this point we're going to go ahead and... Did I tap enough mana for that? I did.
Primal Command.
I'm going to Primal Command. Let's put... Do I want to gain life, or do I want to get a creature?
You should probably do both.
Well, yes, but do I want to gain life, or do I want to put a thing? I guess I'll gain 7. And search my library for a creature and put it in my hand.
Okay.
We're going to get Stormbreath Dragon.
Oh no, it can't be pathed.
And that's exactly why I'm getting it.
Seems fine.
And that's my turn.
Okay, we're going to untap and draw. And then we're going to go ahead and move into combat.
I'm going to bolt a bee.
Okay, Bees Bolt. And we're going to attack for 5.
Take 5.
Then we're going to pay a black, drop down Tassiger, exiling Inquisition, Path, Windswept Heath, Thoughtseize, and another Inquisition. And we might as well go ahead and do this now. Flashback Lingering Souls.
2 more bees.
And end turn.
Well, now I'm kind of wishing I had gotten my Inferno Titan. I will draw. Well, 3, 6. I only have 6 mana, so I can't play that, or I will die. Probably gonna die anyway, but Stormbreath Dragon.
You got a dragon.
And I got a bird.
And a bird.
And the turn is yours.
Okay, so we're going to untap and draw. We will put down a Stirring Wildwood. Then we're going to go ahead and pay 3 to Maelstrom Pulse the Stormbreath Dragon.
well, so much for that, I guess.
Moving to combat.
Yep.
Swing wide.
Well, bird is going to throw itself in front of Tassiger.
Okay.
I'm going to take 7.
And that will conclude my turn.
All right, so here's hoping for that miracle. Show me a miracle. Come on.
No, please no bonfire.
Nope. All right, well, we will Stone Rain a Stirring Wildwood, and then we will Blood Moon.
Okay.
And now that I am Hellbent, pass turn.
Untap for the kill. Draw. That's just insult to injury there.
Insult to injury.
Which is
Playing
a
cards from
standard card.
Amonkhet?
No. Good God, no. Attack in.
Yep. I take a lot of damage.
And before damage, I'm going to play Pulse of Morosity, gain 6 life, and return a land to my hand. Getting back the basic forest.
Well, that was fun while it lasted.
Oh wait, I couldn't even play that. It was Blood Moon. Just kidding.
I don't care.
Alright. Well guys, that's going to conclude Game 3. Thanks for watching.
I hope you weren't waiting with too much anticipation, because that was just kind of a disappointment.
Yeah, I think our first 2 games were much better. That one was just a little bit of blood, but that just goes to show you what good hand disruption can do. So, once again, if you guys enjoyed the video, be sure to give us a like, comment, and subscribe. Let us know what you guys are thinking about the videos and the channel in general. We got more Magic, Pokemon, some other homemade TCG stuff coming up for you later on in the week and next week. And until next time, guys, take it easy.